Today we're going to talk about realizing the value of threat assessments in ServiceNow's business continuity management solution. Here in ServiceNow, you can see that I'm logged in as Scott Hall. Scott Hall is the manager of the business continuity management team. I can also see the status of several different threat assessments that are currently taking place in the organization. The green represents those that are brand new. The blue represents those that are in progress, and the yellow represents those assessments that are in a completed state. I can even see the overall risk rating of each one of those assessments based on the answers that are provided in the assessment questions. So let's go in and take a look at two specific assessments that are currently brand new. And we'll go into one, which is the loss of the Genesis team at the development site in Salt Lake City. Now we'll go into that assessment. You can see we've named the assessment. We've tied the assessment to a specific location within the scope of Acme Corporation. This is common where geographic threat assessments are done based on different locations where a company has assets or locations, office locations, data centers deployed. The status is currently new. The assessment has not been completed yet, and it is tied to the architecture domain. The inherent risk and the residual risk are being driven off of the individual assessment. You can see that is captured in this list view here. So let's go into that record. And this is just about as simple a threat assessment as you can possibly put together. We've named the assessment, and by the way, that was the record that we were just in. The combination of the impact and likelihood automatically drives that inherent risk score, and you can see 4 times 2 equals 8. The control, the efficacy of the control, also determines or is a determining factor in the residual risk score. So in this case, there are no controls in place to mitigate the threat of a pandemic or an epidemic that would affect the personnel at this location. Therefore, the inherent risk and the residual risk are equal to one another because those controls are not effective. If we chose partially effective, effective, or highly effective, that of course would have an impact on that residual risk. That rolls back up to the scoring on the risk tab in this record. Inherent risk is 8, residual risk is 8 because the controls are ineffective. And of course, this rolls back to the dashboard on the threat assessment, where we can see what status we're in and the overall assessment rating. So in closing, the 3 benefits of threat assessments in ServiceNow Business Continuity Management are making better risk-informed decisions with visibility into the likelihood and severity of a worst-case scenario. Today we reviewed a pandemic scenario. Number 2, improving business continuity planning. And number 3, minimizing the cost of an overall disruption. For more information on business continuity management, check out the solution page at ServiceNow.com. Thank you, and have a nice day.